Hi, it's Colette. Many blessings and welcome back to my channel. The sound effects in the background that you might hear are my dog having a wee cry because she's not been played with this morning. But I'm here to do a book review and I'm going to do it. So this is a cracker. This arrived and I immediately got very excited about it. It's called The Book of Destiny by Barbara meikleJohn-Free and Flavia Kate Peters. And those of you that know me know that two of my favourite things are divination, particularly divination that comes under the sortilege capacity, which is things like tarot, oracle cards, bibliomancy, I Ching, all these things that involve a degree of randomness for the universe to interact with and pass on knowledge. And this is what this book is. The other thing that I adore and work with and enjoy, even just in my spare time, is language. I was very lucky as a teenager to be forced to study Latin for 2 years, and it brought a great love of language and roots of language and words. And this book is, I'll just read you the back of it so you can see how the two of them come together. But you're going to love this. This is one that I'm going to keep and use for myself. In fact, I've been using it since I got it about 4 days ago. Right, let's read. Be it in your working, romantic, or physical life, wise words of wisdom walk with you to provide the answers. The Book of Destiny is a divination tool incorporating common sayings and their meanings, a focus word, an image, and a message for the reader. There are 111 messages, all based on the original divination, but in contrast, there's not great contrast in the back of this book. I've done that with some of my books as well, that for those of us that need our glasses and whatever, the writing on top sometimes just sinks into the background colour. And I have done that with my own books too, so I am just as guilty of doing this, and it doesn't take away from the book, it's just me and my failing eyesight as such. There are 111 messages, all based on the original divination, but in a context that will help the reader today in their everyday life. Beautifully illustrated, the Book of Destiny is like a portable oracle, always at the ready, with wisdom for the moment in hand, and that's what it is. Right, so many of you out there will have oracle decks, whether it's angel cards, tarot cards, psi cards, shamanic oracles, and basically they're all part of a system of divination called sortilege, where the randomness of the universe allows us to sort of mix things up or allow a random opening to receive wisdom and knowledge from either the higher beings, a deity, your higher self, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. And that is a way that I've worked mostly all my life, even as a kid, throwing different sticks and stuff, not realising that I was probably dealing with basic runes and staves. So the one thing that I've liked that is totally different about this book, now I got a lot of books to review, and some of them are very similar. And it's a shame because after reviewing maybe 2 or 3 of the one type giving the same message, I'll then get a wee bit fed up and be like, no, I can't do that one. And I'll only really do books that I can give 4 or 5 out of 5 for review. They have to be the best to get a video review, put it that way. Anyway, I've lost the plot here. So anyway, what we've got here is a cracking wee book that is based on a form of divination called sortilege. So those of you that love your cards and your oracle deck, what you're doing is shuffling, maybe cutting the cards and then going to a book to tell you what it means, and bit by bit you get to know what it means, and that's the way we learn the tarot and stuff as well, that you go to the book first of all. Now this is just a book. Bibliomancy is when it's a very ancient technique where people used to take holy books or sacred books and open them to give meaning to their life in that particular day. And all of you that maybe open a book or maybe hear a random song in the radio, that's all the same sort of thing. But what this book does is it takes the sayings that we're all familiar with: still waters run deep, the world is your oyster, the writing's on the wall, stand your ground, go with your gut. And what it does is it has a lovely page with a symbol on it and a word. And what you get is something to say that, you know, what you need to know that day. But also with, say, Dreamcatcher revealed, go with your gut. It tells you where things came from and where certain sayings might come from and originate, and therefore connect with a certain symbol. Now, actually, these pages in the book would make beautiful oracle cards, and I know that they're doing something different here, because if they were to bring out the oracle cards with it, it might get lost amongst loads and loads of oracle cards out there. So by simply putting them in a book, you do have a portable form of divination here, and that's very good. But oh my goodness, some of the visuals are so beautiful, and I would love to see them in full colour and as a deck, but that's just me, because you know, I'm so used to the tarot, I'm so used to the visuals on the tarot. But it's absolutely lovely. So we've got sayings like fortune favours the brave, and then the card for that is the tarot, and then it's tarot revealed, and then what it means for you. It's well written. As I say, rather than read it the whole way through, which isn't really, I mean, I'll do that out of interest as I go along, but with this type of oracle, I tend to actually just start working with it right away and seeing what I'm getting as I go along. So I think in about the last 5 days, I've read up and asked for advice on various things, and I've probably used about 8 of the answers, and they've all been pretty good. But then I'm a massive believer in sortilege and bibliomancy. Anyway, in my book, How to Read an Egg, I think it is, I go into it quite a lot, and I'll put the link to that book down below in the description bar for more information on that. It's not a plug for my book, it's just there's quite a lot in it, because to show you how much I adore this form of divination, it's defined my life in many, many ways. So you get this this advice, whether you're asking about a specific thing, whether you're asking about, even if you draw it as a daily, you know how sometimes people have a daily angel card or a daily oracle card, or, you know, something that comes through their email. It can be used in that way as well, just general opinion for the day. And I quite like that. But I also, some of the things I asked the universe or my higher self, etc., actually got quite a clear answer from, and maybe because I very much believe and enjoy sort of sortilege and bibliomancy, maybe it's very clear to me, but there was only one question I asked where I actually took the card, and then if it doesn't make much sense for you or you want more depth, you're invited to draw again as such, go into another page. There was only once I actually did that. The rest of them gave me an answer quite quickly and quite straightforwardly. So I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. The Book of Destiny by Barbara meikleJohn-Free and Flavia Kate Peters. I would give this one 5 out of 5 because I love it and it's not going anywhere. I never sell on books that I get to review. If you send me books or decks or whatever, I tend to keep them and then give them to people that might need them at a certain time in their life as gifts. So, but I never sell them on and never make money from them. It's just my way of being able to gather knowledge for myself because I love books. Please remember, if you are going to send or you want a review done, though, it has to be hard copies. And because you can't sit and do a review with nothing to show the person, just doesn't work. Plus, I like the feel of a book. I still do, even though most of my books that sell, probably 80% of them are on ebook or Kindle, but I still like a physical book. I'd like to hear if you actually feel that way as well. Anyway, so let's just have a sense of my card, or my knowledge and my language for today. Oh, before we say this, I would say that you're invited just to open the book. Because I've studied up on sortilege so often, particularly with books, I wouldn't recommend you do that, because if you open a book and then you let the book fall open, the next time it has a higher percentage of actually falling open at that page. If you think of books from the library, and some of them maybe wee smutty or naughty ones, you always knew where the dirty parts were, because when you opened the book, that's where it fell open at, to be honest. So that kind of works. Once you keep getting drawn to a certain page, you will keep getting drawn to a certain page. That's why people have to shuffle their cards and put them all out and put them back together and shuffle them again, so that you can't just have a higher percentage chance of drawing the same card or picking the same page. So when I'm working with books and divination from books, what I tend to do is I keep a little clasp, something like this, or a little pin, and what I tend to do is go through the book and push the pin in. Now, if you're using another work where you just want a phrase or a sentence, a pin's good, because you can also then put it somewhere on the page and get the answer from that. But with a book, it's good to do a pin or some sort of, even like a nail file to go in, because you don't want to actually have the book falling open at one page and then the next time it's likely it falls open at that page and it falls open. And do you see what I mean? You're not getting a clear reading, you're not giving the universe enough energy. So I would say use the book. If you're going to open at a page, make sure that you go through it back, forth, and then open it where you feel, rather than letting it fall open, because it doesn't work. Now, I've just opened at the page called Hourglass, and I think this is going to make a lot of sense to me. My phrase for the day is "time is a great healer." And I'll just go into, I'm sure the author won't mind me saying it, but it says, "Relax, your prayers have been heard in your hour of need. This indescribable hurt and pain that you're suffering has taken its toll, and it's hard for you to believe that you will ever overcome this grief. But please know that eventually your heart will heal. It is true that as time passes, things do get better. Slowly your heart will begin to knit together the fragments that have been scattered, and eventually you will feel whole again. But from today, know that there is no need to rush things or feel shame in thinking that you should be over it by now. Bide your time, take comfort in the assurance that you will soon be returned to peace. In the meanwhile, rest within the wings of your guardian energy, be it a past loved one, an angel, or a spirit guide, as you are nurtured and cared for. Heal well, dear one." Now, you all know me, there's the eyes starting to fill up, because that actually, for me today, whoa, makes so much sense. Anyway, it makes so much sense because of illnesses and loss that have been in my life for a wee while. Maybe not loss of a person, but loss of certain ways, loss of certain connections, maybe. And that is very, very reassuring to me. Excuse me, here I go again. It's good. It's really good. Thank you, universe. Now, the hourglass then tells you where the hourglass comes from. The ancient Greeks, the Romans, and it gives you background on even time is a great healer. And then it says, "Hourglass reveals your healing in perfect divine timing. Your natural healing power has awakened. Be open to miracles. Practice Reiki or other hands-on healing techniques. No time to waste. Embrace every moment. Quit being a slave to time." Again, absolutely amazing, because I'm having time off my readings, I'm having time off just about everything due to some family illnesses and my own health. So that today, what can I say to the authors of the Book of Destiny? In one card, you've helped me so much this morning. And that's been happening all the time since I got this book, and I only got it 5 days ago or something like that. So to all of my followers on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc., um, just wow, just wow, just get it, just buy it. I'm sure it's out now, or it will be out in a few days or whatever. It certainly must be coming out quite soon. Um, you know, I've been doing this a long, long time, and it takes a lot to impress me, particularly with divination. Now, I'm not going to move away from my Rory tarot deck because I know and love it, and that's it. But sometimes things come into your life for a reason, and because of my love for language and sayings and my love for sortilege type divination, I think the universe sent me this book, although I think they'll say it's old books sent me it rather than the universe. Let me see. No, it's Moon Books. Moon Books sent me this. So Moon Books, thank you, but universe, thank you, because I think the universe sent it to me. I don't think it was Moon Books at all. So, yeah, I love it. And for those of you that are my friends and followers, that particularly the ones of you that I know quite well, that have either worked with me or have been taught by me or have come to workshops or whatever, I know some of you like a lot of what I like, and therefore you are going to very much like this book. And I could go on and on and on, but yeah, oh, that hit home. Thank you for watching this review. If you do have either something spiritual that you would like reviewed, and that includes anything from crafts to oils to whatever, I'm very happy to try to review things. If it's out with my scope, I won't do it. I'm sorry about that. But if it is something that I enjoy or know that my clients or followers would enjoy, it's not all about me when I'm doing a review, but if I know it's something that they would enjoy and maybe would want to purchase themselves or move forward and suggest to someone else, then yeah, please be in touch. All my details are in the description box below. Please subscribe to my channel when you see the little button with my face in it up here. And I hope you have a lovely day, and Spirit is kind to you and the universe is kind, and I hope to welcome you back for my next video. Many blessings now. Bye.